What is this company code? First, we try to understand, then we will define them. So the company code is the central organizational unit of external accounting within the SAP system. So the business transactions relevant for financial accounting are entered and evaluated at company code level. The company code is an organizational unit used in accounting. Okay, so it is the highest organizational unit in accounting. It is a legal entity and an independent accounting unit responsible for all external financial transactions. For example, balance sheet and profit and loss statement. So the balance sheet and profit and loss statement. So right. So as you can see here, we have client. In client, we define one company, and then now we are discussing about company code. So this company is an optional organizational unit. As you can see here in this second image, in the client, we directly define company code without any company, because company is an optional organizational unit in S4 HANA. So that is the reason why here we don't see company. So now we are discussing about company code. Okay, so let's see how this company code is defined or maintained in SAP by FICO consultant. Okay, so let's define them. So what we are doing, we are assuming that we are working for Tata Motor. The Tata Motor is company code, which we are, in order to, what we are doing, we are representing Tata Motors as company code. So Tata Motors Limited. So the description is Tata Motors Limited. Okay, PLM. So this is the code or key which we are using, and the description. This is the description, and we are representing. So now you may you might have got the idea like what we are actually doing. We are this structure we are creating in SAP, because without this structure we cannot use it for this particular company. This is what we are doing. So we defined company, now we are defining company code. So if we look at company code, the menu path, the transaction code and all, which is followed by FICO. So here in SPRO, so we are already in SPRO, reference IMG, right? So this is IMG. So under enterprise structure, definition, financial accounting. So we are already in definition, financial accounting, and there is one, here, edit, copy, delete, check company. Click on here. So if you look at edit company code, here it shows all the company codes which are defined here, because in one company, like one Tata group of companies, we may have one business, that is Tata Motor, another one is TCS, and the third one is Tata Steel, fourth one Tata Telecom, and maybe other. So like this, those are maintained first, right? So as per SAP standard and the practice, what we need to do is, what FICO consultants they do, they just copy the standard company code to define new one. So we will also do same thing. So if you look at recommendations, right? So you should keep the preset company code 0001, right? And for this company code, the data type is character and the maximum length is 4, right? And for our case, what we are doing, we are using 3 character, but maximum is 4 here for this one. And there is a limitation for description out as well. And for description, I believe it is 25 character or 30 characters we have. All right. So now let's follow this menu path, which we are already in this menu path. So go to this one. So we are already here. So as a standard practice, so this 0001 is a standard company code. So right. So let's copy this one, and so for copy we have different options. So this one, go to use this option. So whenever this option is there, SAP recommends to use this option. Copy, delete, check on this one. So go here, click, and when we click, there is an option to copy or object. Click here. So specify your source object, or from our source object is our standard company code, which is 0001. And now, what is the company code which we would like to use for our Tata Motor is TML. So just put the TML, right? If TML code doesn't exist, then only it will accept. Otherwise, it will throw an error that it is already this key is already being used. Is already being used. So the keys should be unique. So click here. All right. So here we need to say copy all. So say yes. And another important point, as you see, the benefit of copying, it copies all the settings, assignments, right? All the values. So, and as soon as I press S, you will see the status bar. It will also show what are the tables which are being copied. Click here. Just please pay attention here, as well as look at SD status bar. Okay. Currency. Okay, it is asking for currency. Which euro is, I think, in the standard company code, euro is used. For us, we can use Indian INR also. Okay, so I'm just putting the currency which is being used, which we will be used. Certain data was not copied. Okay. Number ranges are not transported, so say no. So as soon as I click on no or S, you will see in the status bar, it will show the details. Can you see here? It is showing percentage and all that one in the status bar. 60% tables copied and all that one here. This one. It is all copying from the standard one. Now it is copied and I am saving in our own customizing with the same. So it was cancelled. Let me check whether TML. So we can. So whenever you see this button position, push button. So here our shortcut key controls control F to find doesn't work, right? So for control F, we can use this position and then click on. We just created TML, right? Tata Motors Limited. It was not created. It is not copied. Let me do again, check that one. Let me try again. Why it is not copied? I want system to copy from 0001. Yeah, this is the standard one. And we Tata Motors Limited TML. Only copy GL accounts is for okay. Say yes. Say yes. Let me put the currency which is used. Before this, let me check what is the currency which is being used in this standard one. So for 0001, if I want to see detail of this company code, select the line and click on detail. So yeah, it is country D. Euro is the currency which is being used. Okay. So I'm copying, copy, delete, or use this option, and then 0001 is the standard company code which we are using to copy and create our own, and it is Tata Motors Limited, and then execute. Say yes. Do you want to allocate different local? Yeah, yeah, say yes. So it is euro. Okay. There are inconsistencies. Okay. Say yes. Say yes. There are two way we can define enter numeric. Why it is taking only numeric? Let me try with another option. In this one, I'm directly using new entries where everything is blank. I want to use Tata Motors Limited TML, and the description is Tata Motors Limited. Right, so here it is in Mumbai, right? Country IN, okay, and then currency, let's say INR. The official language is Indian. We are using. And in case if you would like to put some more details like address, street, and all, we can put this one. Okay, let's say this is uh, a company code we are using. So let's say it is Tata Motors. So here we can use title as company, which is a business, right? So this title company is different from what we discuss company code. Okay, this is like title, we have doctor, company, Mr., Mrs., like that is thing. And in case if I don't remember the code for Tata Motors, let's say in the description, then we can have a search term. So what I'm going to use search term 70 because this is the batch number 70 we are using. So for all objects, I will just put 70 so that I can easily find them. So the country is IN. And another important point, based on whatever country we select here, right? So here we have India. If I select India, then the all regions of India, only regions related to this particular country will appear. For example, I mentioned India IN here. Only in Indian states, here we have the list of Indian states. Instead of India, if I select US, for example, it will show only states related to US. It will not show related to any other country. Now you can see Alaska, then we have Mississippi, and then New York, all that we have only related to US. Okay. So I'm just putting India, IN. For India, we have, let's say, it is in Mumbai, Maharashtra, right? So Maharashtra, and then we have, I'm just putting, and the business language which we are using is English. With this mandatory information, I'm just creating it. Reduce receiver city, yes, enter postal code. Okay, postal code is, let's see, it's mandatory. So in real time, FICO consultants take all that information from business and then they maintain it. Right, and save. Okay, here city is missing, right? That is the reason why city, and then let's say this is the postal code we have. Postal code, okay. Now create. Data was saved. Now you can see TML is part of all this list now. TML, Tata Motors Limited. So we represented Tata Motors Limited as company code with this code TML and the description. Now this is done. What is next step? What we need to do is here, after defining, we need to assign to company code, because then only system will come to know that this company, this business belongs to this group of companies, right? So now let's say we have this Tata Group or Tata Group of company TGC, and so we need to link this Tata Motors with TGC. So let's go to system. For this one we have one menu path and the transaction code as well. So the menu path here in enterprise structure, it is an assignment because we are assigning it. Earlier we defined, so it was in definition. Now we are assigning, so it is in assignment. So go to system. So just go back. We are in SPRO. So in definition, we were in definition. Just collapse this one. Go to assignment, and in financial accounting again, you see the assign company code to company. Right. So click on this position button and put your whatever company TML. I'm looking for TML, Tata Motors Limited. So this Tata Motors Limited company is not assigned. So we can assign. So we have our own company, Tata group of companies TGC. So let's assign that TGC and then TGC, this Tata group of companies. Now this assignment is done. Now the system will understand the link between these two objects. So as you can see here, Tata group of companies is represented with a company TGC, and Tata Motor is represented with a company code TML, and now there is a link between company and company code, right? So this link we have established, and if we look at this one, we can understand that this is the link which we established between company and company code. Okay, and there are so many other configurations related to company code that we will not, because this is not under the scope of EWM consultant. It is under the scope of FICU consultant. So they are responsible for it. And here, for our practice purpose, we will be using the existing and fully configured company code.